Don't know if you can hear that annoying buzz in the background, but that's my current twin airstone pump, and I'm hoping this one, which is going to replace it, will be a little bit quieter. Now, it comes with most of the bits displayed in the case here. There's some screws, presumably for a bracket. Here is the solar panel, and here is the cable, and this is the pump with 3 quiet stands, so that should make it a bit quieter. And this cable, obviously it may have some implications in terms of weatherproofing, although they are weatherproof connectors, but it's got a connector at both ends, so it doesn't matter where you install all of these things, you'll still be able to get the cable to go through somehow or another. Now here is a post mount and a little slider to go on top of it. Now I think I'm going to probably use the post mount on this because I can get it up higher that way and get better performance. So what do we, oh I see, this goes on like that to stand it off from the post, and that is the thing there. So I'll need to pick where I'm going to put it. I'm not sure whether or not I wouldn't do better with a much shorter standoff, looking at where all my solar panels are, but I'll have a think about it and decide where I'm going to put it. So here is the thing, and it sits off at a bit of an angle like that. So that's going to mean it's facing up towards the sky, and I shall leave it facing more or less south. So hopefully from early morning till late evening it should get some sun. There's a reasonably sized battery compartment in here, and the battery is supposed to keep it running on non-sunny days. I'm guessing it's got a light detector in it to turn it off when it goes dark. Let's just check. It's reasonably straightforward. There's a couple of floats here to make the air stones float, so I might actually use these air stones because they might be a bit better than what I've got at the moment, because at the moment I've got air stones that just sink to the bottom. So I'll have to decide whether I'm going to put these on the end and use these, because all the pipes are the same size. I could use my existing pipe and just take the air stones off, or whether I'm going to leave the air stones that I've currently got, which are in not too bad a position. So I've got a nice choice to make there. Replace the battery every 12 months. Okay. It looks as if you might need to get a battery with wires attached to it from the manufacturer, so I'll find out whether or not they sell spare batteries. So I found out what this is for. It's to cover the air intake down there, and there's a little sort of foam filter there, and there are 2 spare ones in this packet. So the idea is it keeps the air input clear of obstruction and dust and so on, so the pump lasts a bit longer. So I eventually decided to install the solar panel directly on top of my washing line post, because as you can see it's already festooned with solar panels for other devices, so I wanted to put it somewhere where it wouldn't cast a shadow on them and as high as possible, so it got as much light as possible. So now the wire goes down and into this cage here, and there is the pump, and it runs for 5 seconds every 12. Airstone down here, which should start in just a moment. There you can see the bubbles coming to the surface, and the other airstone's at the other end of the pond, and there it's going, as you can see. Now I haven't used their clever floating airstone-y things yet, but I'll just get one of them and film it so that you can see how it's supposed to work. So there it is, bubbling up. I decided it was a lot easier to pull the airstone off than it was to pull the angle piece off, and so I cut the cable cut the pipe rather to a sensible length for this pull, and the airstone's now suspended well clear of the bottom. And there it goes again.